Hey there, Hawks fans. Chris here from CJHT Talk. Actually running solo this week because Justin is actually currently on his honeymoon. So congratulations to him and his new wife, Allison, and hope they have many happy years together. Also, another congratulations, Patrick Sharp of the Hawks. His wife just gave birth over this weekend, so they now have, I believe it was a daughter, so congrats to them as well. Anyways, now moving on to the games that happened this last week. We got 3 games we're looking at. First is the game on Monday that me and Justin were actually at, and that was a overtime loss to Phoenix in a shootout. And first period of this game was pretty dismal, and it was reflected in that Hawks didn't score, Phoenix scored twice in the first. Then the second period started off immediately just as bad. I think it was in the first 3 minutes of the second period they scored a third time. Q then pulled Crawford. Emery comes in, team looks completely different. And boom, by the end of the third period, the game is tied 3-3. Third period was a bit of a stalemate, and they ended up going to a shootout, and Phoenix actually won it. But Taze had 2 goals again, so he's put the team on his back again, and he is carrying this team right now. Next game was an overtime win in New York against the Islanders, and Sharp had 2 goals, a power play, and then also the game-winning goal, so that was good for him. Then the third game was an overtime win against the Sharks, as Mr. Foley would say. Sharp had the overtime winner the day after his wife gave birth. Then Kruger had his 3rd goal of the year, which was nice to see. And then finally, Andrew Burnett with a goal was also nice to see. I think the big key things from this last week has been Emery has started like 3 games in a row, and he might be starting the next game against Minnesota. I haven't heard anything about that. Then Lepisto has played the last 2 games. Defenses look much sharper. Hawks have only given up 2 goals in each game, so defense looks tighter with Lepisto in there. And then Marcus Kruger on the second line as the starting center. That's been a surprise that he's been feeding Hossa and Sharp the last 2 weeks. So Sharp's been loving it. He's been going crazy with goals, and Hossa's having a bunch of assists right now. Looking the week ahead, as I said, Minnesota is our first game coming up. Then we have Anaheim, and then finally Calgary. We've played, I know, Anaheim and Calgary before. I can't remember if we played Minnesota, but Minnesota surprisingly has the best record in the NHL right now. So have to look out for them. They added Heatley in the offseason, so they're a pretty tough team. Anaheim, we know what we got. You got Getzlaf, Perry, Ryan, and of course Calgary, Iginla is turning it on. And that about wraps it up for this episode of C&J Hawks Talks. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and then also like us on Facebook at C&J Hawks Talk. Again, this is Chris flying solo, and I will see you next week.